Hiya! Number 3 has come to me. How can we reframe something that's not very nice? Like when people use our time, which they did pay for, but they don't use it for their best interests. And they kind of feel a little bit creepy or yucky to sit with. And we want to solve that and we want to help, but we have a little bit of spidey sense. I thought maybe I would reframe the whole concept of the things that clients do that really are hard for us, or things like lying, which is the worst. I hate that. I thought I could reframe it as, what are some really effective things we can do to give ourselves spidey senses? This is my version, drawn for us, but how can we have a little bit of spidey senses when we don't feel great with a client? And what can we do? Ooh, my dog is having spidey senses about someone walking by. What can we do that's really effective to do our best job even in tough situations? Like when maybe we feel like we're lied to, or we just have a gut check with a client that something is not right. That's weird. So I think the biggest thing we can do is just ask why. This goes for good situations too. Just ask if there's something you don't understand about a behavior, or maybe someone's experience or culture is different and you just are, it's an unknown. We always just respectfully ask. And we just need to do that same exact behavior when there's something that is off and we don't understand. Maybe we think we're being lied to. Again, I'm hitting that nail very hard because it bothers me. But, maybe we just don't understand and there's quite a bit of confusion. And I think we can come back to that because it's not always bad. But sometimes confusion is a tool. So we just want to know what we're dealing with. We just want to be effective, and we just want to ask why. Why? Why for the client? Why did you say that? Why did you do that? Hey, and even maybe sometimes a little more friendly way of saying that, what did you hope that you would get with those actions or those words? What was your hope for this situation? And that way, we do have like our spidey senses up, but we also don't push away a client. And we also don't know everything, do we? We can get really good at reading patterns, and we can get really good at people, but we don't know everything. And also, we can only deal with what someone's willing to talk to us about. But we cut laser through any behaviors in our personal lives as well by just saying, why did you say that? Or why did you do that? Or what do you hope will happen? What do you hope that your words will get? It's very simple, but it's hard to do, and it can be very uncomfortable at first. But the reason we want this skill is to be effective in our role, to have an outlet for that wonderful spidey sense that we are developing, for sure, but also to not waste anyone's time, to be really effective advocates for ourselves and models for respect. There's just so many reasons to have this instinct and this asking and this curiosity in the work of mental health. This happens a lot in interpersonal relationships, though, that we just have to ask someone, why are you doing that? Why did you say that? And I challenge everyone to try it, and I hope it's really effective for you. I think it's important to remember that confusion can be the sign of a lie or a deception. If you're confused and you try to remedy that, and you need to look at yourself and if you're effective in communicating your point, but when you effectively try to remedy confusion with someone and the situation becomes more confusing, you need to look at that. I think that's very important, and this happens with clients. With clients, we really put the feelings aside. We put the feelings off for clinical review or things like that. But we need to note when we're being confused by a client, which is more taxing, irritating, you know, and hard to deal with. You know, my dog hates that. But, you know, caretake to that, obviously, as we do all clinical things, but then also pinpoint that, note it, and figure it out. Why are we confused about this? Why does our client want it to be more confusing? What mechanism is holding them in that position? And compassionately look at that. Some resources that I love about this issue are Boze from YouTube here, Richard Grannon, which I will put in the link, and then also this book, which is really old, People of the Lie, and it's a little dark and it's a lot dated, but it's amazing. It's so good. And one thing that comes through really clearly that Dr. Peck put forward is that grubby, cloudy situation where confusion only breeds more confusion. And just really holding people accountable to that and not getting pulled in. There's also issues in the book that he examines, like someone being obsessively in love with him, wanting relationships, wanting inappropriate connections, just a lot of different manipulations that he experienced. And as far as I know, it was really like a first, and it's really interesting book, and it's very like, go around to coffee houses reading this book. I dare you. So anyway, I really care about you doing great work, and I really celebrate you. You're amazing. If you're out there in the field going to people's houses, if you've done that through 2019, 2020, 21, 2022, I'm sending so much love. You're amazing. And I hope we can talk together in time, or maybe other channels like this will come up that I can communicate with. But let me know what you think. We don't have to bitch about clients, but please let me know if there's any resources that help you deal with things that are more difficult. And we could reframe it as things that make your spidey senses go off. Have a great day. Do you want to see who's growling?
It's okay. I know. You don't like it when people lie. We don't like it when people lie.
Bye-bye.